Good morning. Welcome back to Priest Adventures. This time we're at Rocky Mountain, I want to say Rocky Mountain National Park, but that's up in Estes Park, Colorado, which is beautiful. But this is the Rocky Mountain Recreation area. It's above Rome, outside of Armuchee, Georgia. The Oglethorpe Power Company is here. They have a dam. That's why there's the lake. And we actually started to shoot this earlier and started following the blue diamonds. Ends up that's the wrong way to go, so it's the red diamonds is the way that you go when you're walking next to a power thing here, right at the beginning. $5 to park. It is 3 miles, rated as easy. So we're hoping it's just like a easy walk through the woods and along the lake. And we're going to see what this thing, see what this entails. See if we can make it all the way around the loop. I do have one of the reviews, and it said it was a little swampy in areas. So if we can't make it through, then we're just going to cut it short and head back to the car. But we're also dodging raindrops. It was raining this morning. They're calling for some heavier rain this afternoon, so we're trying to get this in before that happens. But with that being said, let's get it. But we are walking right along the edge of the lake. It's well marked though. I mean, it's a red diamond. If not every 100 yards, it's every 75 or so. And they've got them all over the place. At least for now, the start of this trail. We'll see as we get further along into it. So we've been getting a little bit away from the lake, not much. We are hitting some elevation here. A little steeper than I thought it would be. And the trail gets much more narrow. We're still on the trail, because you can still see the red diamonds. But they, like one of them was on a tree that had fallen back there. And there's no other trails off of this. But we're on the side of a mountain, still walking into all the spider webs. The camera's not going to give it justice, but that's pretty steep that way, and then it's steep that way. Reminds me of hiking around Ellijay and Cartersville. But got the red diamond again. So hopefully we'll get off this side of this mountain and we'll get back down along the lake there where it's flat. And just like whenever we came up, it's just as steep going down. There's no zigzags on this. And it's all pine bottom. So it can be a little slick. It's still, I'm dragging the camera through saplings. It's still a narrow trail. Looks like it opens up down here though. Actually, it looks like a parking lot. Let's get down here to it. And the spider webs are out. It's not like hiking in the winter. Not a big fan of spring and summer, especially down here. Ooh, I can smell honeysuckle though. That's nice. Okay, and here we are, bottom of the mountain. That's the hydro plant, electric plant there. We have a diamond. It's like an old boat ramp here, right there. So I'm going to get my, well, I see a red diamond over there. We'll head that way. Now it should be on the road. Let me get my phone out to confirm. And again, I am still using the ALLTRAILS app. I'm using the free one. There's been a few times where I could have bought the premium for like 18 bucks for the year, but I opted not to because I wanted to keep it on the free Because if you're only hiking this on your weekends, like we do, we have jobs. So if you're just doing hikes on your weekends, you're not going to spend the money to keep the to get the pro or keep it going unless you're really serious about doing this. And again, we may do that later on, but I just want to try the free out. And I may put the pro on mine and put the free on my wife's phone and see how they differ. Now we're on the road. This is the road hike part. It's an Antioch road that we're on. But it's weird that you could literally go that way and just end up over at the electric plant. The Rocky Mountain Recreational Center, they have a visitor center. They have camping, RV sites, fishing, boat ramps, hunting. I don't know if it's a drone hunt or what, but it just said that they had sections for, or they have little boxes where you got to pay. Like I said, it's $5 to park. If I said that before, it is $5 to park. Have exact change. They don't give change back. It's not a bad area. We're going to go into the other side because that's where the camping side is, because we wanted to check out and see what the RV sites are like since we bought our RV. Our travel trailer. It's not really an RV. It doesn't have an engine. So we'll check into that later on once we get done with this hike. There's one good thing about walking on a road instead of the trail. You don't have to worry about the spider webs for a few minutes. And the sparrows are out like crazy. You're not going to be able to see them on this camera. It's too wide of a lens, but they have sparrow houses. Big stacks of them. So they're out in force. So they're all over the visitor center too. It looks like a spillway to the lower reservoir. We're about to cross over. I saw a sign at the entrance that said there was no fishing on the lower reservoir side, so probably just because the water's so low. And it is very low. They must not be generating on it. So, but no, it's just no fishing at all. It's got a sign out here for no fishing. So that's the lower reservoir over there. The upper's on the other side of us. And there's the bridge that goes across for the spillway. There's a couple of boats out there. Guys are trying to catch something. Well, just not hitting the spillway. But the birds they're all over the place. We're gonna get this done, get off this road and get back over onto the trail. It is pretty though. Right in the valley of the mountains, so it is pretty. It is a walk. We're off the road now, so we're onto the gravel. This is it's like where the lake ends. I mean, there's literally no lake there, and then there's a lake there. So on the map, the lake just got a flat head on it, but you can't beat that view. That is a really nice view. Almost we there's a church over here, so I think we come up next to the church.
How do you get to that church?
Probably off Antioch. Probably goes up and around. Be my guess. Whole bunch of riprap they dump to stop the water. Never knew this was up here though. Just the ALLTRAILS app. Just pulled that and I thought, what's around that's easy? What's, within a couple hours from the house. And there's a lot. There's quite a few trails you can pick, but you have to really watch out because some of them are like, one's like a Jeep trail. So, you're gonna be sitting in your Jeep. We don't own a Jeep. There's a couple of them that are on private property. So I stay away from those. But anything like this, this is the Cohutta Wilderness Area. So it's a, DNR ran. We just saw one pass by a little earlier. But DNR ran, but then they make a rec center out of it, so people can use use the woods. And that's what makes it nice. It'd be interesting to see what's in other parts of the country. You know, where do they have rec centers and all that stuff for like in the desert, without having to pay a touristy spot, Grand Canyon, or you know, on Crater Lake, any of those kind of places. I'd like to try those out. But down around here we have plenty of places to go to. We're off the gravel, been off the gravel for a little bit, not very far, it's just back there. Then they got the church here. As you walk up next to, there's a fence that runs the entire length of this with barbed wire, but it's pointed that way, so I think it's the recreation area that's got it fenced, not the church, because all the signs are on that side anyway. And our shoes are at least getting wetter. Our shoes are waterproof. So I think we're just about 2 miles into this thing. 1 3/4, something like that. We came from woods to road to open. Just watching our feet, make sure we don't step on a snake or anything. Being this close to the water, and it is spring. Fishing. Well, the trail makes a hard right going away from the lake, but there's no sign back there. There's no marker. Although at the top of this hill there is a painted band on a telephone pole or power pole. So there's really no other way you can go. There's no trails coming off of it, but if you just want to keep an eye on the app, just to keep up with where you're going. Just a quick up and a quick down, and then you can see the diamond at the other end. Looks like we're going to go across this little street and cut through the woods. But again, I'm going to pull the map again and double check just to make sure. Okay, so it's just a quick little hill up and down across it's almost a completely wore out road when you're back in the woods. Nice, and it's a much wider path now. Looks to be in the bottoms here. We may have a little more elevation before we get back to the main road, back to the car. The trail here is really nice, and I had to lose the pullover because it's not even 70 degrees, but the wind's very still and the humidity is up because that front coming through to bring in more rain, so it's a little muggy although it's 70. So with me, I run hot anyway, so everything's dry fit to where it'll evaporate on the ride home. Hopefully before we stop to get any kind of lunch. Still walking in spider webs because I catch the ones that I'm a little bit taller than my wife. So we're gonna knock this thing out. If anything else comes up, definitely get video of it. And this must be the swampy part that somebody was talking about before. It's where they had the road through here that they ran tractors and stuff through. They were complaining about the swamp. Oh, there's deer tracks. There's deer tracks around here. Hello, briar. But they have stepping stones for you to walk on. And that's nice. Good and elevated. Keeps you out of the sludge. But if we come across anything else, I'll definitely turn the camera on, get a shot of it. I think we still have about a mile to go. Yeah, there you go. There's a red marker. It's on the ground. They have one right there, but this one right here has been taken. Okay, we're coming around the corner. We're about to come back up to the lake. There's a roof. I don't know what the heck that is. It's like the whole rest of the barn had fallen down and the roof stayed. That's crazy. like almost like a pup tent. Huh, okay. I didn't go too far off the trail, just a couple feet. Well, we're getting back over here. My wife said there's a million little frogs over here. So. Right back here, some swampy land, so you know there's mosquitoes and that. But yeah, there's a ton of tiny little frogs. Had to have been tadpoles that just hatched or just became frogs back there. They were all over the place. Like what the wife said, they're like roaches. They were everywhere. I was afraid of stepping on them. There was so many of them. Yeah, they're on the ground out here. Huh, I don't know. I've never seen that before.
They're like that big.
Yeah, they're tiny. They're smaller than a dime. They're just real small.
Smaller than, probably compare it to something else.
Almost an English pea.
Yeah.
They're like a pea size. And the stuff you run into out on the trail.
A little bigger one.
Now she's seeing them all over the place because they are everywhere. I'm afraid I'm gonna walk on them,
I know.
but that's part of it. We're gonna have frog carcasses under our feet by the time we get off the trail. At least I brought a change of shoes. Oh, I thought we were about to come out of the woods, but it just opens up to a bench down there. So we're still in the woods. It's an odd place for a bench unless we're supposed to be getting close to the road, which would be the trip back to the car. Yeah, her favorite. She gets to where she can see the car. She may take off running. She ain't gonna take off running. She does speed up her step a little bit. She's like,
oh. That's not our parking lot.
That is not our parking lot. Yeah. She got excited there for a second. Yeah, we're coming up to the parking where the actual boat ramp is. But you can hear the cars coming on the main road. I'll say that road's like Big Texas something. I can't remember. Not a bad trail so far. We'll see how it ends up.
Oh, a turtle.
Yeah, there's a turtle. Hang on, I'll get a shot. Hey, little guy.
Oh, he's going in the wrong direction.
No, he may. Give them their due. They made some nice bridges around here. I mean, everything's held down with like 2x. They're not even. It's like real dimensional board. It's not the stuff you get from like Home Depot. I mean, a 2x is actually 2 inches thick, so it's actually well made. Got another little hill before we get to the parking lot here. Then I think we'll walk the parking lot back. So we'll see. Okay, we finished out the trail. We actually ran up here to the little visitor center to use the bathroom. It's just a bathroom with little info boards hanging around. So there's not really a visitor center like what you see at state parks. So a couple of reviews of it. Ann Cook from 5 months ago said, nice bike and hiking trail on Blue Diamond Trail. That's the Blue Diamond. We did the Red Diamond. So there's another one from 11 months ago. I didn't get all of it. From Melanie Abel, said hike Memorial Day weekend and didn't run into a single soul. Great views of the lake. One part of the trail is fairly steep and narrow, but we'll be back again. And kind of nailed that on it. There is one steep part of it. It's not too bad of a trail. Now the lowest one that I could find was two stars from Haley. Red Trail was very swampy. Goodbye tennis shoes, not even a rainy week. Some up next to a road as well. Weird and swampy, wouldn't do again, definitely would not bring dogs. I don't know, I don't think it's any bad place for dogs. You're gonna keep them on a leash, and somebody decided to fly their helicopter this morning. I wouldn't, I'd keep them on a leash. You'd be fine. The roads that are back through there are roads that, it looks like it's roads that are used by the recreation area anyway. It's not like it's a thoroughfare. It's not the big Texan road that comes across that we pulled in through. It's not a highway, so it's not that bad. And the swampy, I believe that where we were walking, where it was open in the church, it looks like whenever they generate, the water probably raises and floods that. So you may want to keep an eye out for generation times or any of that kind of stuff. Now we did it. It took us an hour and 20 minutes at 3.11 miles. Dead on. It's right there at it. As long as you know to go on the red diamond and not on the blue. But that's not, it's not a deal breaker. It is very well marked. It's not a hard trail. You have that one little steep area. It's just up and down a mountain. It's nothing that's going to be too strenuous. Now, if you're disabled or anything, I wouldn't take this trail, because it does get narrow and it does get some roots in it and stuff like that. But I would agree to the easy on this one. Really nice one to walk. It's a good one to get started into, to kind of get your feet under you again. Although, bring bug spray, because they tore my legs up. So I have some ointment that I can use. I just didn't put it on. From now on I will. But other than that, I'd give it 4 stars. I wouldn't say it's a 5-star hike. It's very well done, but it's a nice walk around a lake. So we're gonna go find a place to eat, and we also want to check out the other side over there where the RV and campsites are. So I may get a shot of that also if we can find them over there. If we can't, join us on our next adventure. Hopefully we can get back to releasing these once a week or so, or something that's going to be on a good rotation. And the DNR just rolled in, so at least I'm not hunting. I ain't got to worry about that. Or fishing. I don't got my fishing license yet, but I got to buy another one. So again, join us on our next adventure. Thanks. Bye.